is certainly one for the theatrics.
Introducing first, in the blue corner, sitting 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds, and fighting out of Dayton, Minnesota. He's representing Valhalla Combat Sports, and only a record of no wins and 1 loss, Josh Wiseman.
This is intense.
Mean mug.
Wiseman almost took out the ring announcer, or the ring girl.
Sitting 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds, and fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. He is representing the Academy and holding a record of 2 wins, 1 loss as a professional. He is Donald the Death Wish Williams.
Nice crowd pop for Donald there.
Donald Williams wearing the red and black trunks. Josh Wiseman in the green. I'll call it black with green.
Neon green now.
J.R. Guthmiller, our third man inside the cage.
Yeah, both the Wiseman's actually coming off a tough loss to another local prospect, Carl Deaton III.
We are underway. No touch of gloves here, no surprise.
Oh, quick right hook by Donald.
Williams lands some knees, able to get a little bit of a throw there.
A hip toss.
Wiseman able to stay on his feet, though.
Which is actually impressive because Wiseman's a very good Greco guy.
Little foot stomp there. It's
Marco
nasty
Huas.
stuff.
You know what I always said, TJ? Foot stomps win fights. I've never seen anybody use foot stomps and lose a fight. Remember
I'd think of an example here, but
Lieben versus Zwick. Remember that old WEC classic?
that was a good fight.
That was a good fight.
I think we're going to see another good fight here if these guys can get something going. Williams trying to get a takedown here. Wiseman able to defend. Lands a little bit of a knee there.
Boy, Donald's strong. I know Donald's working his strength and conditioning at Horsepower, run by Matt Miller.
That's a low center of gravity as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. He would have made a great professional catcher in the majors, wouldn't you say?
Wiseman looked at Darryl Guthmiller a little bit. I think he was maybe trying to angle for a stoppage here.
A separation. Oh, Donald will help you with that.
They're separated now, back at space. Missed kick there by Williams. Wiseman tries to answer with one of his own. A right hand there, lands by Williams.
Donald's stand-up looks vastly improved since the last time I saw him. He also has a National Golden Gloves boxing champion, Robert Brandt, in his corner.
Williams has a single leg turning it into maybe a high crotch. Now he gives up on it. Has one underhook. Wiseman again kind of shoots a look at Darryl Guthmiller early on into this grappling up against the fence. Both men are getting a good gauge on who's stronger than one another at this point, though.
Exactly, yep. It looks right now like D. Will's got the better of him, you know, up against the cage.
A little knee to the body there by Wiseman.
On the defense is for the most part of the round anyways.
It's interesting there. Williams went for a knee, missed it, and kind of turned it into a push kick. Williams rushes in off a hook to get a takedown. In the half guard there.
Secures the first takedown of the fight.
That's got to be a confidence booster for Williams.
Definitely, and a confidence killer for Wiseman.
Wiseman able to try to get back to a knee here, though. See if he can wall walk, get back up. Little knee there by Williams. I think it did land to the body, though. Derek Guthmiller right on top there to make sure it didn't land to the head because he was a downed opponent at that time. Opening round here between Donald Williams and Josh Wiseman. TJ DeSantis along with John Castaneda. Drew Studer.
Hey.
Havoc at a high five here in Burnsville. Back at the feet here. Wiseman able to get there.
Good knee to the body.
Looked like a knee there, landed to the liver side.
Looks like
right on the belt line.
Looks like it landed the old solar plexus.
Seeing Williams do a really good job of landing some strikes, but also using that to open up some advantages and opportunities to get this fight to the floor. That's where he wants this bout.
Yeah, very professional performance by Donald. He's just kind of be a bull in the old china shop, but
puts a knee on belly, takes him out.
Wow!
Oh, and gets bucked for his effort.
Beautiful sweep by Wiseman.
We'll see if Wiseman can secure position, do some work here.
Nice job wall walking by Donald.
Wiseman at this point has some ground to make up.
Boy, just cannot keep Donald off him.
Left hook there, misses. We mentioned the emotion coming into this fight. This fight is slowed down a little bit. Both guys pacing themselves, which is good.
Yeah, when you have emotion like that, you almost have to be concerned about an adrenaline jump.
D. Will's mouth guard sticking out of his mouth.
Who's that, Wiseman or Donald?
Donald, I think he's just chewing on it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Back at space here.
Donald breathing out of the mouth a little bit. Oh, boy.
Oh. Looked like he stunned Williams for a moment. There's another kick. You get a takedown here to end the round? Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
A solid first round there for Donald Williams.
I'd say that was 10-7.
Oh, these. Interesting. Gerald Guthmiller not on top of the break there. Little skirmish, no punches thrown after the bell or anything, but if I was Gerald Guthmiller, I might stay on top of these guys a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, when you see Josh staring the guy down before Donald's music even starts, obviously it's a heated encounter.
The hatred has not tamed at all over the course of the first 5 minutes. Guy's going to get some instructions here and come out for round number 2. Not a whole lot of offense by Donald Williams in the first frame, but definitely kind of showing that his wrestling technique thus far is a little superior to that of Josh.
I think both of them came out with that mentality, to establish who's a better wrestler, and I think D. Will's got the best of him right now.
Things change a little bit in the wrestling realm when you can add strikes in, and we'll see if Josh Wiseman has any answer to the wrestling offense of Donald Williams. Seconds out, doors locked. Gerald Guthmiller starts his men for round number 2. It's an interesting stance by Josh Wiseman. He's kind of hopping in, almost turning his body completely 90 degrees.
I don't know if you've ever seen Damian Hill fight. He trains out of the same gym as him, but they got a lot of similarities in their style of fighting. It's exciting. It's exciting, but it's open.
Constantly moving is Wiseman. Both guys throwing punches. Nothing lands there in our first couple of stanzas here in the second round. It's interesting looking from afar here at Wiseman's kicks. He throws the kicks, but he's not snapping them. I don't know if he lacks the flexibility of it, but not a lot of power. Not as much power as there might be on. I don't
think he lacks the flexibility. I think he's just not committing. He's scared. I don't know if he's scared or not, but that's what it seems like right now.
Tentative. Williams back in, controlling the grappling a little bit here with pushing Wiseman up against the fence. He's got to watch his head, though. Wiseman flirting with the guillotine there, but nothing there. Williams able to scoop up that lead leg. Now he's got both legs, and Wiseman going for a ride. Able to kind of put his hand on the fence. I don't know if he necessarily grabbed, but the fence did keep him up there.
I think he just pushed himself off of it, which is legal.
Some knees here from Wiseman. Knee comes up high. Didn't land. Williams able to separate. Throws a kick to the body.
Hands down for
Wiseman.
Mr. Wiseman.
Kick to the lead leg of Wiseman. A 3-punch piece misses for Williams. Kick by Wiseman ultimately ends in a takedown by Williams.
I think he'll be okay here if he stays in side control.
God, does he have that?
Guillotine choke, but the position he should be all right, as Castaneda pointed out. But you never know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's interesting. Oh, he gives it. He almost gives up position. It looked like Wiseman was kind of making a gesture that he was out. I don't think that Williams was out, but interesting. Once you clear the legs like that, John, generally you're out of danger.
Exactly. Yes. Mouth guard is out for Donald Williams.
Oh boy. I wonder if it's just the mouth guard, or do you think Donald's tired? Because you noted that it seemed like he was, half of it was out of his mouth during the first round.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys have a bad tendency to do that, though. I sometimes do that in practice, just to do it.
Not sure what's going on here.
Or they're stopping the fight to put the mouth guard back in.
Not necessarily a good time to do that.
Not a great time at all.
I mean, obviously, safety is paramount, but you want to use a stoppage of neutral ground. Generally, that was not that at all. Now Wiseman on top here of Williams in the full guard. See some elbows from Williams off his back.
Yeah.
Wiseman has yet to posture up here and really try to land anything. He's been defensive this whole fight. I think maybe he's just kind of trying to savor this position and figure out how he's going to attack Williams.
There you go.
I think that might have been an up kick, an illegal kick to the. That's what Wiseman is saying. I think it was. Referee Daryl Guthmiller, I think, sees it.
Kicked in the eye.
Regardless, the kick was illegal.
No, he was. He had a knee down, so. Yeah, that's.
I believe the rule is that he'll get 5 minutes to recover. If he cannot recover, it will be a disqualification. If it is deemed an intentional foul by Daryl Guthmiller.
Yeah, the only thing I'm concerned about is when you get poked in the eye, especially when it's hard like that, the eye tends to swell up pretty quickly. So.
See if Guthmiller doesn't look like he's going to take a point, which I think is interesting. The only reason he wouldn't take a point in that instance is if he feels it wasn't intentional.
Right.
I don't think it looked very intentional.
I don't think so either. I mean, they're just in the heat of things here.
Oh, big knee by Wiseman.
Williams trying to get back to that wrestling strategy. Pace is slowed a bit. It looks like Wiseman was chatting a little bit. I think he's talking. Oh, missed the head kick. Gets taken down for it.
By Donald.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're trying to throw a head kick at a guy who's 5'5".
Williams now and mounts. Looks like he's going to have to settle for half.
There you go.
Round number 2 underway between Donald Williams, Josh Wiseman, Havoc at High Five in Burnsville, and SEG and Driller Promotion, TJ DeSantis, John Castaneda, Drew Studer. The corner of Wiseman telling him to circle, get his feet on the cage, trying to kick off of that.
D-Will doing a nice job keeping his pressure down, landing some nice body shots, and head shots.
You know, Wiseman was able to reverse fortune a little bit when Williams was able to take mount. I'm wondering if he's maybe confident enough to give up the position and try to buck and get a sweep again.
There is something going on with Donald's mouthpiece. I just saw it was nearly out again.
Could be a number of issues.
And there we go.
Taking his time to get off Wiseman again. Little antics after both respites here.
I would give both of these first 2 rounds to Donald. I would agree.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. He was able to get position. Both men being very active from every position. When we saw Williams on his back, he was able to land some elbows from bottom as well. So Williams, no matter what position he's in, John, is trying to be the offensive fighter.
Exactly, yep. He's definitely being the aggressor in this fight, and not only is he controlling the aggression, he's controlling the takedowns as well, which is key.
Heading to this final period, the corner of Josh Wiseman going to have to come up with some sort of strategy to get a stoppage if he wants his victory.
Yeah, that's going to be hard for Wiseman, who is pretty much strictly known as a wrestler. Still pretty green at this point of his career.
Has thrown a lot of kicks, though, low and high, though, in this fight. Being a wrestler, we've seen a lot of striking out of him.
Absolutely, surprisingly.
And he hasn't been using his wrestling for defense either. I mean, he's been, very aggressive for kind of being that wrestler.
Wow, that
was very telegraphed. I don't want to say it was out of desperation, but it wasn't set up by anything. Williams switching up the stance a little bit now. We see that sometimes in wrestlers. A guy like Matt Hughes would always stand southpaw when he wanted to get a takedown, and orthodox when he wanted to strike.
I remember that.
Kick to the right leg.
Again, not committing to it.
I think Mark Hughes did the same thing. Wow, there you go.
We see Wiseman throwing these kicks. You mentioned, John, I don't know if he's not committing to the kicks because that seems to what happens every time he does pick up his leg is that Williams able to get the takedown off of any sort of offensive strike by Wiseman.
Turning every single kick he catches into a power double, and he's securing the takedown every time.
And we haven't seen Wiseman throw up anything in the way of submissions. He's flirted with the guillotine at one point. Williams able to pass to half. Now I wonder if Williams will elect to stay in half because he's been swept when he takes him out. Now he's going to get swept here from half.
Wow, there you go.
Big sweep by Wiseman.
Second sweep of the evening.
Early in the round. Nice job by Donald, cage walking up the cage.
Wiseman trying to take the back here. Knee the
Wow,
legs.
to the body.
Oh, knee to the head.
Knee comes high. No quit here in Josh Wiseman, but also no quit here. Donald Williams able to try to reverse fortunes here and try to get another takedown. Now here, John, we see Williams going for a takedown. Wiseman needs to widen that base out, not able to do so, and he's taken down thus far. I like trying to set things up for you to explain it, but then it just happens. Williams inside here. I'm TJ DeSantis, John Castaneda hanging out. You want to say hi again, Drew Studer?
Drew Studer, hey. Hey.
Now we see Williams kind of contend here to stay inside. He's been bucked over from half and full mount.
Yep, definitely being aware of off of that. He's trying to keep his base down right now because, you know, Wiseman, strong hips from him from down there.
Solid, entertaining fight between two guys that have some bad blood. This is one that I think if it continues this way and goes the distance, I still don't think we see these guys shake hands afterwards.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I don't think so.
You'll see some trash talking, too, in the interview. I'm almost positive.
Honestly, I'm just hoping we don't see Josh Koscheck, Paul Daly.
That won't be good. Sucker punch after the bell.
Yeah. Yes.
That would be interesting here. There was a knee bar opening, but I don't know if Josh Wiseman has that in his repertoire.
Yeah, I've never seen it before. I wouldn't think that he does, but again, you never know.
Back here on the fence.
Now, Wiseman, how many amateur fights did Wiseman have?
That's a good question.
I would answer it, but I don't have a computer.
That is very tough, starting your pro career out 0-2 if it does indeed.
That is tough. Yeah, like I said, he took his pro debut for King of the Cage a month ago. Lost to another local prospect in a tough fight.
CD3.
CD3. I gave him that nickname, proud to say. Oh,
Williams able to get another takedown.
Looks like we have two Josh Wisemans in the Sherdog tracker. Well, one fought in 1996, so I assume that's not him.
You never know, man. Never know.
That's true.
I was in 6th grade then.
Jeez Louise.
Wiseman looking at Daryl Guthmiller going, hey, let's stay this up. Guthmiller having none of it. Wiseman looking like he's
Wiseman looking for that arm and guillotine.
Flirting with it, but you're looking at his right arm, it doesn't look like he actually has anything
I don't
underneath
think
the
he has
neck.
anything either.
And
No.
answer your question, Josh was 4-1 as an amateur.
Able to sprawl out of it. Now he's able to take the back of Williams. Williams stands immediately, though, and kind of halts any progressive movement there from Wiseman.
Smart move, keeping his hands down there, so no knees to the head.
The corner of Wiseman telling him to knees to the thigh. That'd be good if it was the first round. Unfortunately, we're in the third here.
Right.
He needs to go for something. He goes for a takedown.
Reverse mount? What would you call this?
D-Will needs to swing that right leg of his over him.
Knee bar. Serious. It's right there. Knee bar, a little issue of technique. If you don't have it, kind of hard to get, but
Right.
it's going to be the end of it.
And
He still kind of takes his time getting up.
Yeah, Donald uses Josh's body to push himself up.
Josh Wiseman puts his arms up. I don't know what he thinks he won, but
You never know
A lot
with
of
the
the time,
judging.
a lot of the time that's just for, for show, for the judges.
Yeah, this would be an interesting fight to see, I don't know, 2 years from now.
Something like that, yeah. It was definitely, these guys are both pre-prime.
Should be a decision win for Donald Williams.
30-27.
We'll see if they shake hands afterwards, but interesting fight. A fight that Williams was able to control with top positioning in his wrestling game.
Yep. And like I said before, I think coming into the fight, both those guys were looking to establish that wrestling, that wrestling background of theirs, who had the better wrestling. And like I said, social medias, they were both doing a little trash talking earlier, who had the better wrestling. I think it was proved tonight. MMA style wrestling, anyways, D-Will came up on top.
And that might be completely different again. Both guys young in their careers. If this bad blood continues, they're both around the Minnesota fight scene. Safe to say they'll probably have another 15 minutes in the future.
Oh, yes. Very possible, very possible.
Judges rendering their decision. We see it cage side for Donald Williams. Mike Majuk will have our official decision here in Burnsville at Havoc at High Five. Coming up in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the completion of 3 rounds, the judges have made their decision. All judges scoring the bout 30-27, and winner by unanimous decision, Donald the Death Williams.
Donald Williams gets the win, 30-27 on all scorecards.
Will we see a hug? Will we see an embrace? We will not.
No, not even.